Hey guys, and welcome back to video 5 of your social media recruiting system. I am so excited that you've made it this far in your journey, and I am so excited to be here today to talk to you about closing and converting conversations. My name's Amber, and I just really quickly want to recap so far what we've gone over. So far you've learned about branding yourself, how to attract your perfect prospect, how to post to attract your perfect prospect and keep them interested, and what to do with your prospects and how to nurture them once you've figured out who they are and where they're hanging out. So let's dive in and talk about the next piece in your system, which is the closing and converting conversations. All right, so at this point in the process, your prospect has had the opportunity, like I just mentioned, to learn more about you through your branding, through your posts, and through your live videos. And you've also had the opportunity to share your team's evaluation tools with your prospect. Now, your evaluation tools for your team might be something like a post inside of a group that you've tagged them in. Maybe it's a video, or maybe it's just a regular post on Facebook somewhere. Whatever it is, make sure you're familiar with your team's evaluation tools because you want to make sure that you're sending your prospect to the right place and so that they're evaluating the right products and or the opportunity. So what's next? Once you've sent them into that evaluation mode, what do you do next? Well, this is actually a really, really important step in the process and something that often gets missed inside of network marketing. So you need to remember once you've sent your prospect into evaluation to follow up with them. So I personally like to follow up inside of Facebook Messenger, and this is a really cool tip that I wanted to share with you guys. And you can actually set a reminder notification right inside of the Facebook Messenger app to remind yourself to follow up with your prospect at the predetermined time that you both agreed on. So just going back for 1 second, once you have taken your prospect into the evaluation mode, you always want to make sure that you have a set time that they know and you know that you're going to follow up with them. If you just leave people there, it's never going to get you anywhere. So always making sure that you have set a specific time that you and your prospect have agreed upon to follow up and have that conversation after they've had the chance to evaluate. So you've probably heard this saying before that the fortune is in the follow up. And I know it's so cliche, but it's also so true. You do not want to forget this crucial step. All right. So, like I mentioned, you do not want to leave your prospect in evaluation mode. If you leave them there and you don't follow up and you don't ask for the sale, the answer is always going to be no. And you're going to notice that you're going to have a hard time building a team, building a company, building a business if you don't use the follow up tools and have these closing and converting conversations. So you'll also notice here on this slide, we have an acronym that says WIFM or WIIFM. What that stands for is what's in it for me. Now, the reason this is here is because this is something we want you to be thinking about that's going through your prospect's mind as they're in the evaluation mode. So when they're looking at your products or at your opportunity, they're in evaluation mode, right? So they're also thinking in the back of their mind, what's in it for me? How is this going to benefit me? So at this point in your process, you want to make sure that you're coming from a place of service, that you're meeting your prospect where they're at, and making sure that it is 150% all about them. It's no longer about you, your results, your story at this point. It is all about them and how your products and or your opportunity is going to benefit them. So you want to be asking some open-ended questions at this point, as well as making sure that you have enough information about your prospect. So first and foremost, you want to make sure that you know what their problems are. You've had conversations with them, you've been interacting prior to sending them off to evaluation. So at this point, you should be familiar with what your prospect is struggling with and what they're looking to achieve by potentially using your products or joining your opportunity. So you also want to make sure in knowing what their problem or problems are that you are offering the right solution for them. So a couple of questions that I wanted to share with you guys as examples to use at this part in your process are some open-ended questions. So you want to use something like, do you see how this will? And then at that point, you're going to insert your prospect's problem or pain point. So let's just say for the sake of this video, your prospect is really struggling to lose those last 10 stubborn pounds. Okay, so I would use that question like this. I would say, do you see how this opportunity, or sorry, how this product will help you lose those last 10 stubborn pounds that you just cannot get rid of? You can also use this same type of question if you're if they're in evaluation mode with your opportunity instead of your products. And the way you might do that is to say something like, do you see how this opportunity will help you? And then again, you're going to insert either their pain or their problems, or you could even use a dream or a desire that they have. You heard a lot about knowing your prospects' dreams, desires, pains, and problems earlier on from Margaret in the branding and prospecting conversations. So you really want to make sure, like I said, you know exactly what's going on with your prospect and asking the right questions. So using that question for an opportunity rather than a product might sound something like this. Do you see how this opportunity will? And let's just say again, they really want to build a home-based business, they want to fire their boss, and they want more time at home with their family. So you would say, do you see how this opportunity will help you build your home-based business, fire your boss, and be able to be at home and spend more time with your family? So making sure that you're using those open-ended questions and really keeping the conversation 100% focused on your prospect. Now, a couple of closing examples. Once you have had the conversation with your prospect and they're ready to join you, something you want to say, a closing question or statement that you can use is, are you ready to get started? Or let's get you started. You can even go as far as to say, welcome to the team, or I'm so excited to have you here. You want to sort of almost make the assumption before they even say so that they're ready to join you, because you might actually just change their opinion by asking a question in a certain way. So acknowledge and act in a way that makes it seem like you already know that they are ready to join you. All right, so moving along here, what to do if you find a prospect, you come back to them after the evaluation and the follow-up time has been set, and they're just not quite ready. So at this point, what you're going to do is you want to get curious and you want to ask them lots of questions to figure out what it is that they need in order to make a decision. So once you ask those questions and get curious and figure out what it is that they need more of in order to make a decision and move forward, you are going to then provide that information for them. And then again, set the time and the expectation of when you're going to follow up with them again. Because again, fortune is in the follow-up. We do not want to skip that super crucial step in the process. All right, and next slide here is a little bit more for some of you who might be a little bit more advanced in your advertising at this point. Maybe you're using, ads on Facebook, paid advertising, sponsored posts. Maybe you're building an email list or using sales funnels to help build your business. You probably are already aware at this point then that you can actually make automated sales, meaning you don't even have to be part of the process and you have a system that runs for you while you're out living your life. You're going to hear a lot more about automation from our next diva, Shayla, but I'm just going to touch on it really briefly here. So if you are using these strategies, like I said, you're probably already aware you can make a sale through an ad, through an email that you send to your list, through what else? Through a post and or through a live. Lots of different options where you can be providing links and people can click on it and go through the process or go through your funnel and you don't even have to be involved, like I said. And then all of a sudden you just get an email that says you've made a commission or you have a new lead or a new prospect or whatever that looks like. So it's a really cool way to start getting some time freedom back in your life. And it's an awesome way to also start moving those one-on-one conversations that you're currently having to be able to have one to hundreds or even thousands of people right at your fingertips, being able to talk to that many people all at one time. So if that sounds like something that you want to learn how to do, you are going to definitely want to learn how to build your very own social media recruiting system by grabbing our advanced attraction marketing course down below. There's a button just below this video. You can go ahead and grab that right away. And this is the course that all of the digital divas got started with. It's exactly the same process we got started with. And it's how we've been able to build our businesses successfully and do all of the things that we're sharing with you on a daily basis. So inside of our course, you're going to meet our friend and our mentor, Bernie Ceballos. He's an 8-figure earner inside of the industry and truly the mastermind behind all things attraction marketing. If it weren't for him, none of us divas would be here sharing this information with you now. So definitely grab your copy below. You get a very, very special action taker bonus, and we're calling it our Digital Diva discount, just specially for you for 1 hour only. So don't miss out. Grab that course if you are ready to dive in and get going on some advanced attraction marketing strategies and learn how to build your own social media recruiting system. And without further ado, I am going to go ahead and pass it off to our last diva, Shayla, who is going to be talking to you guys a little bit more about automation, sharing her story, and telling you all the benefits that you'll receive if you decide to join us inside of our community. So take care, enjoy the rest of the content, and I cannot wait to hopefully welcome you guys inside of our community soon. Bye-bye.